Do you struggle to sound natural when you're speaking English? Are you confused by trying to follow the rules of intonation patterns? Have you been using shadowing but not really seeing results in your own speech? Today's technique, repeated phrase practice for intonation, is going to help you overcome these obstacles to feel natural and fluent while speaking English. What we'll do is take intonation patterns that happen in many sentences, and first we'll have you repeat them in sentences that I give you, and then you're going to be building your own phrases to ingrain these patterns in similar situations so that when you have to speak, you're saying similar types of phrases and sentences, and those patterns come to you naturally. The way we'll do it is I'll model and give you a few to repeat and imitate, and then I'm going to give you the words to fill in the blank. So looking at our phrases here, for example, our first phrase, I have a friend who does that. I'm stressing and lengthening on friend. You can see that it's slightly stretched out in the text. That's my stressed word. So I'm building up to I have a friend who does that. My pitch goes up a little bit on friend and then flattens out and descends for the rest of the phrase. So we could use the same phrase in I had a pet who did that. I have a dog who does that. I have a child who does that. I have a son who does that. Okay, that was too fast for you to repeat. I was just modeling there so you would understand the technique. We're going to do it now where I'll have you repeat the main sentence and a couple of examples, and then I'm going to give you the words that go in the blank, and I want you to put that into the phrase. The reason this works is the thing in the blank is what gets stretched out, and so that's where your stressed word is, and if you start with that in your mind, friend, I have a friend, I have a friend who does that. It's going to allow you to get that natural speech pattern, that natural flow and fluency. Let's try a few and then we'll pause and check it out further. Okay, first one, repeat after me. I have a friend who does that. I have a colleague who does that. I have a family member who does that. Now try that, and you're going to fill in the blank with the word driver. I'll model it for you. I have a driver who does that. Did your intonation sound the same as mine when I just gave you the word? I hope so. Probably by the time you've repeated a few times, that pattern feels fairly natural for you. We started with a fairly complicated one. If that one felt a little too hard for you, just follow the blank, follow the next pattern which says I have a blank. That last word is going to get stressed. It's a little simpler. Let's try a few like that. So you can always modify these phrases to something that fits a little bit better, that's easier to fill in the blank. So we'll do I have a friend. I have a cat. I have a job. Now you try that and use the word book. Use the word car. Use the word bike. Did you say, I have a job? I have a car. I have a bike. Let's try the next phrase. In this one, we're saying you were blank. So we're going to start with you were there. There is our stretched word. We'll try that with busy. You were busy. Now you try with on time. It should have sounded like you were on time. Try with okay. You were okay. Try with good. You were good. Try with late. You were late. Try with talking. You were talking. Try with working. You were working. Are you building the sentences first before you hear my model? If you need the model first, that's okay. It's a more basic way to practice. It's still going to be helpful in getting these intonation patterns. But I do recommend trying, taking my word, filling in the blank, and seeing what happens for you naturally with that intonation. Once you've repeated on a phrase a few times, you can always go back to the start and use the models as you need to if you find any of these patterns tricky. Let's do the next one. We're going to stretch and stress on long. It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. It was a short time ago. It was a busy time. Try that with good. It was a good time. Try that with difficult. It was a difficult time. Now let's simplify it. We'll take time or time ago out and we'll just use it was a blank. Let's go for week. It was a week. Let's go for minute. It was a minute. Job. It was a job. Trial. It was a trial. Second. It was a second. Project. It was a project. Meal. It was a meal. Our word in the blank was always the word that was stretched. Let's try the next phrase. We'll leave it for the time being. Notice how we have two stretched words here. We'll leave it for the time being. Repeat after me. We'll leave it for the time being. Try that with, we'll leave it for the kids. We'll leave it for the next shift. We'll leave it to the doctor. We'll leave it for the morning. Let's simplify. To fill in the blank, we'll do it's for the blank. It's for the meal. It's for the car. It's for the dog. You try that with kids. It's for the kids. Try that with the kitchen. It's for the kitchen. Try that with the bed. It's for the bed. Try that for garage. It's for the garage. Try that for work. It's for work. Try that for Saturday. It's for Saturday. Let's try the next one. It's in the other room. We're stretching on room. Repeat after me. It's in the other room. It's in the kitchen. It's in the desk. It's in the dining room. Now you try with living room. It's in the living room. You try with bathroom. It's in the bathroom. You try with office. It's in the office. Bedroom. It's in the bedroom. Drawer. It's in the drawer. Did you find it more difficult with a difficult to pronounce word like drawer? Don't worry, you may need to slow down a little bit and stretch extra on that difficult word. Practice drawer, in the drawer, it's in the drawer. That's a good way to overlap your pronunciation and your intonation practice. Let's try the next one. I'm at the same place. Here we're stretching and stressing both on same and place. I'm at the same place. Let's try, I'm at the same office. I'm at the same table. Now I'm going to change slightly the beginning of the phrase. I need the same. I need the same thing. Try that with one. I need the same one. We'll change, I met the same people. I did the same thing. I like the same one. Now I'm just having you shadow me, but I want you to see how flexible these phrases are. So as you're learning these and working on repeating, it's not just about being able to say these exact words, but similar patterning and similar phrases. And what this does for your brain, as you repeat and listen, you think about the meaning of the words, the meaning of the sentences, and you start to pair that meaning with the intonation. That's the most important key to getting intonation. When you know what meaning you're trying to convey, your brain on a level often has the correct intonation to convey that meaning. You might not be consciously aware of it, and we're tapping into that unconscious knowledge here, giving you some experiences of using natural sounding rhythm and flow to reconnect that circuit between your thoughts and executing that rhythmically and motorically as you're speaking. Let's do a few more. We have the phrase, give it to the team. Team is our stressed word, it's stretched out. We'll use that one and add other nouns at the end. First, give it to the team. Give it to the kids. Give it to the boss. Now you try with dog. Give it to the dog. Try with owner. Give it to the owner. Landlord. Give it to the landlord. Office. Give it to the office. Mailman. Give it to the mailman. Similarly, we could substitute another verb. Bring it to the office. We're still stretching on the last word here, but you can see how give it to the, bring it to the, I need it for the. We're going to have a very similar intonation pattern on all of those. Let's do a few more with bring it to the. Bring it to the game. Bring it to the other room. Bring it to the meeting. I hope you're able to use this creatively. I do encourage you to pause the video and add in some of your own phrases. Think about how you might use these words. Whatever you're hearing in my phrases, let that inspire you to add your own. And if you don't feel comfortable with that yet, there's plenty of examples to be repeating. There's plenty of opportunities to take the given words and insert them on your own. But this is the type of practice that you can do on your own as you're driving, as you're taking a walk or washing the dishes. You can be listening and repeating, using these to continue to get that patterning to feel natural in your brain. And you can also notice that this will help you tune in as you're listening to native speakers and their intonation. And if it's something where you're just listening, for example, a meeting where you don't have a very important part or you don't need so much to focus on the content of what's being said, you can listen for these patterns and do that same kind of shadowing and repeating in your head. Even if I'm not speaking out loud, if I'm hearing, give it to the team, bring it to the meeting, that's reinforcing in my mind my awareness of intonation patterns and my ability to use them. I can sit there and listen and add in and change the words and the phrases and imitate in my mind that same intonation pattern. Let's try a few more. Let's move to a question. What did he say? So we're stretching on say. So even though this is a question, we're not going to say, what did he say? We're not going to rise at the end because it's not a yes-no question. If I were to say, did he say that? If I don't have the question word what, and the answer can be yes or no, then I will have a rise, say that at the end. But here, because I have the question word, I'm still falling off. What did he say? I might rise and fall a little on say, what did he say? Or just, what did he say? Let's try. What did he say? What did he do? What did he look like? What did he want? What did he need? Let's try some where you add the phrase. Try it with tell you. What did he tell you? Try it with ask for. What did he ask for? Try it with want. What did he want? Notice how I changed from what did he to what did he. I naturally linked and reduced that phrase. You can get more help for that reduction in this video. All right, let's do a few more. You can see the original phrases on the left, and you can use the phrases on the right to add in and amend your own. We'll just do a few more in this video, and then I'll create some additional podcasts for this practice for you. Let me know what you think, leave a comment, and if this is a useful technique for you, if you'd like to see a wider variety of phrases, some what type of practice, if the repetition or filling in your own is the best. I would appreciate your feedback, those of you who are using this for practice, so I know what else to add to the podcast in the future. Okay, let's try. They were too busy. We're stretching and stressing on busy. They were too busy. They were too cold. They were too hot. Try that with young. They were too young. Try that with old. They were too old. Try that with weak. They were too weak. Try that with distracted. They were too distracted. Change it to we were. We were too busy. We were too tired. We were too sad. I'll try that again. I was thinking, so I stretched on to. We were too sad. We were too overwhelmed. Let's do the next one. You're the only one. You're the best one. You're the smartest one. You're the hardest working one. You're my favorite one. We'll change one. You're the only worker. You're the only job. You're the only listener. Let's try the next one. We're going to stretch on colleague. He's a colleague. He's a friend. He's a father. Try that with mailman. He's a mailman. Try it with runner. He's a runner. Try it with swimmer. He's a swimmer. Try it with grandfather. He's a grandfather. Try it with banker. He's a banker. Try it with businessman. He's a businessman. Okay, let's do another question. What did you do? So we're stretching on do. What did you do? Practice after me. And I'm also going to take what did you, and it'll sound more like what did you. What did you do? What did you think? What did you say? Try that with see. What did you see? Get. What did you get? Want. What did you want? Like. What did you like? Order. What did you order? Have. What did you have? Let's do one more in this practice, and then, as I said, please give me feedback and I'll add more in the next practice. We'll try, it's on the server. Server is stretched. It's on the server. It's on the table. Agenda. It's on the agenda. Calendar. It's on the calendar. We'll change to she's on the. Call. She's on the call. Plan. She's on the plan. We'll change to she's in. Room. She's in the room. Meeting. She's in the meeting. Thanks so much for practicing with me today, and I hope you found this intonation practice helpful. It's really about having some flexibility in how you're using words and rhythm, hearing and conveying the meaning via the rhythm, and being able to practice in both a structured and unstructured way, so you really internalize these patterns and feel natural and fluent and smooth as you're speaking English. Thanks so much for practicing with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next podcast. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye, everyone. Thanks for practicing with me today.